Alright guys, I have an update for more information that's come out about the Christian Porter situation. New South Wales Police passed up South Australian officer to take statement alleging sexual assault against Christian Porter. Request to travel interstate to take accuser's statement was rejected in March 2020 because it was not deemed essential, documents reveal. The New South Wales Police passed up an offer by South Australian Police to take a statement alleging sexual assault against Christian Porter, apparently without putting the option to the victim, new documents reveal. The documents, produced to the New South Wales Legislative Council after a motion by MP David Shoebridge, revealed how a request to travel interstate to take the statement was rejected in March 2020 because it was not deemed essential. They also showed the New South Wales Police rejected a request from Porter's accuser to take her statement via Skype, and alternatives were not pursued because alleged victims seemed resigned to COVID-19 interruptions to the travel, delaying it until September. Shoebridge told Guardian Australia the documents show the New South Wales Police made two separate decisions to delay taking a statement, neither of which appears to have had a valid basis. The alleged victim, who took her life in June 2020, has accused Porter of raping her when she was 16 years old in January 1988 and he was 17. Porter strenuously denies the allegations. On Thursday, Guardian Australia revealed that despite taking a statement from a longtime friend of Porter and his accuser, who says he has relevant discussions with both, the New South Wales Police have refused to reopen the investigation because the complainant withdrew from it before taking her life. New South Wales Police documents confirm the alleged victim first approached South Australian Police in November 2019. On the 27th of February 2020, the alleged victim was in Sydney meeting with lawyers over a potential civil case. At a meeting at short notice, the New South Wales Police say they offered the alleged victim to return to Sydney to make a formal statement, but she opted instead for New South Wales Police to visit her in South Australia so she could have a support person present. New South Wales Police detectives made an appointment on the 10th of March 2020 to travel to Adelaide. This application was supported by the coordinator of the investigation teams in the Child Abuse and Sex Crime Squad, who noted the matter involves a very high-profile person of interest and a detailed statement is required. There are circumstances relating to the victim in that my view requires two ex-investigators present, he said. The request was supported by the commander of the Child Abuse and Sex Crime Squad and the State Crime Commander, the latter on the 12th of March 2020. One day after the New South Wales Police circulated a new policy that interstate travel now requires Deputy Commissioner sign-off in response to the growing COVID-19 crisis. The application was rejected on the 13th of March 2020 by the Deputy Commissioner of Investigations and Counter-Terrorism, who claimed there was insufficient details to justify why this travel could not be deferred in accordance with the new policy restricting interstate travel to operational necessity. Shoebridge said this decision was deeply troubling. I can't imagine something more important or essential for New South Wales Police than investigating an alleged sexual assault, he told Guardian Australia. Answers to the questions on notice reveal on 1st April, the alleged victim asked to commence her statement as soon as possible by telephone or a Skype video call. New South Wales Police claimed a joint decision was made against this course, but the documents reveal the police advised the victim on the 2nd of April her statement would not at this stage be commenced by phone/video call. Name redacted was understanding of the investigator's position. On the 20th of April, New South Wales Police said the alleged victim was very keen to make her statement and contacted South Australian Police to ask for their help to take it, reaching out to Brevet Sergeant, who the alleged victim spoke highly of. The New South Wales Police said they hadn't told the alleged victim about this option because they first wanted to check their South Australian colleagues' availability. On the 22nd of April, New South Wales Police attempted to call and email the alleged victim, explaining that unfortunately our organisation isolation's travel restrictions are still in place, but without disclosing the possibility of getting SA police to take her statement. After further discussions with the alleged victim on the 26th of April, New South Wales Police summarised that she was currently doing well, but has basically resigned to the fact that it might be September-ish before things return to normal. Given this apparent change in urgency, I asked if she is happy to hold off and reassess again in another 4 weeks. She is happy with that arrangement. New South Wales Police said while she was initially very keen to commence her statement as soon as possible, she is now quite understanding of the current travel restrictions and is now happy to wait until these are eased and we are able to travel to SA again to obtain her statement. New South Wales Police continued to check the availability of South Australian colleagues to take the statement, noting it was possible the alleged victim could change her mind. On the 30th of April, the Brevet Sergeant replied she was more than happy to assist, offering to take the statement in early May before her transfer to a different area on the 7th of May. I am more than happy to help you out with things on my end as much as I can, she wrote on the 1st of May. Shoebridge said that, disturbingly, despite the South Australian Police agreeing to take the statement, the New South Wales Police shut this option down without ever referring back to the complainant. This was a critical decision that led to months more delay, during which the complainant tragically took her life. On the 4th of May, the progress report noted the investigation was on hold pending relaxing of travel restrictions imposed by COVID-19. Police had ongoing contact with the alleged victim about 5 or 6 times before a welfare check and travel status update on the 22nd of June. The woman withdrew from the investigation on the 23rd of June and took her life on the 24th of June. On the 20th of August, the investigation was formally closed, with a report noting the sad outcome of the complainant's death, but praising investigators for following procedure and keeping the victim's welfare and mental health at the forefront of their minds. The manager of the investigation teams concluded it was a very difficult investigation given the COVID-19 restrictions and the complexities surrounding the statement that was required from the victim. Ultimately, it is a sad outcome that the victim took her life. However, that is absolutely no reflection on the investigators involved. They were outstanding in all of their dealings with the victim. Scott Morrison has steadfastly refused to call an independent inquiry, declaring Porter is an innocent man under our law. The South Australian coroner could still consider whether the alleged sexual assault should be included in the potential inquest into the woman's death, but has yet to announce a decision. Porter has launched a defamation case against the ABC and Lewis Milligan, which may also test the allegations if it proceeds to trial and the broadcaster and investigative journalist invoke the defense of truth. Porter has been reshuffled out of the Attorney General's portfolio into Science and Technology, also losing position of Leader of the House. Alright, okay, what did we get from this? No, New South Wales Police, you don't get to hide behind COVID and use that as a reason for why you never got around to getting the woman's statement, especially when you had South Australian police officers willing to cooperate and you shut it down. There was everyone here in this state willing to do what needed to be done, but under your command, it didn't happen. Sad outcome, but doesn't reflect on the investigators. It does, actually. It does reflect on them. With these details, it really reflects on especially the New South Wales Police. It doesn't reflect well. And to turn around and say that you had the welfare and mental health of the victim at the forefront of your minds, get the fuck out of here. Shut your fucking face. You are full of fucking shit.